In an exclusive interview with newsmen in Ile-Ife, Her Royal Majesty Olori Aderonke Ademiluyi Ogunwusi, wife of the Ooni of Ife, shared her experiences and the impact of her position on her life and the community. Olori Aderonke commended her husband, His Imperial Majesty, the Ooni of Ife, for his support and encouragement, allowing the Oloris to contribute to the development of young and old, especially women in Ile-Ife. According to Olori Aderonke, the Ooni's love for humanity and his commitment to serving the people have inspired her to make a positive impact through her Adire Oduduwa initiative. Through his initiative, Olori Aderonke has empowered numerous lives by training young people and women in Adire making, enabling them to become independent and self-sufficient. Listen to Olori Aderonke Ademiluyi Ogunwusi as she shares her inspiring story and the impact of her initiative on the community. Thank you for joining me in this segment. I am Joseph Iyaji.
I'm Her Royal Majesty Olori Aderonke Ademiluyi Ogunwusi, the Olori of His Imperial Majesty, the Ooni of Ile-Ife Kingdom. My role as an Olori has exposed me to so much, especially within the Ile-Ife Kingdom, and my impact, what the things I have done since becoming an Olori to the glory of God has impacted so much, especially on the young people and the women in Ile-Ife Kingdom. His Imperial Majesty, my husband, gives us the opportunity to do so much with the people. He is a lover of people. He impacts on humanity so much. He serves humanity. He calls his role, as a king. He sees it as a service to humanity, and I have adopted that as well. I work with a lot of young women, especially within the Ile-Ife Kingdom, through my Adire Oduduwa initiative, where we have trained over 1,000 young people and women in Adire making, enabling them to become financially independent, especially, the women, and then the young people as well, enabling them to be employers of labor when they graduate, because we all know that the rate of unemployment in Nigeria among our young people is very, very high. So teaching them a skill is very, very important. And these are part of my impact, the impactful work I have done when I became the Olori of Ile-Ife Kingdom. There's also the Queen Moremi Ajashoro initiative. It's a cultural pageant for young women, young Yoruba women, not just from Ife, but from the southwest Nigeria. And what we do at that cultural pageant is teach young women our culture. So the reason we call it a cultural pageant, because it's not like your traditional beauty pageant. Here we teach them skills, we teach them leadership. They're in camp for about 10 days. And then the winner, emerges, where we gift with a car, and we also gift with an entrepreneurship fund. So these are some of the impactful things I have done, and I'm going to continue to do. I'm also in charge of the Ayan Agalu Drum Festival. The Drum Festival is a very, very spiritual and cultural festival, which is one of the many festivals that His Imperial Majesty promotes in Ile-Ife. And I have been given the opportunity, to lead, the Ayan Agalu Drum Festival, especially making it more modern, because a lot of our festivals in Ife are deemed to be traditional, they're deemed to be fetish. So what His Majesty's reign is trying to do is to allow people, especially young people, because it's important. The Yoruba people say, "Àṣà tá bá fi lé àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́wọ́, àṣà yẹn máa ń parun ni." So the reason why His Majesty is so hell-bent on making sure that the younger generation understand our tradition, understand our culture, and do not see it as fetish, is so that, decades to come, centuries to come, when we are long gone, these traditions, these cultures will still be kept alive. And this is one of the things, I'm passionate about, and I do across all my initiatives. For instance, the Adire factory, which we established in Ife in 2021. A lot of people do not know that Adire was also done in Ile-Ife. We have so many Aro families in Ife, but due to the fact that migration, due to the fact that our young people did not embrace this culture, they didn't embrace this heritage, the Adire making almost went into extinction in Ile-Ife. And that is why a lot of people question our Adire making in Ife. When we tell them that we're doing Adire in Ife or Adire is made in Ile-Ife, they are like, oh, why Ile-Ife? That they think, a lot of them think that Adire belongs to Abekuta. But what a lot of people don't understand is almost every Yoruba city in the southwest make Adire. We always had these old women that took pride in Adire making. You know, come share aṣọ, come pasho laro, abi come lu aṣọ, come fi share aṣọ, okay. So it was something of pride to us, but it was going into extinction, and that was why His Majesty made sure that okay, Adire, we're going to bring it back to Ife. We're going to revive it in Ile-Ife. We all know that Osun State is the cultural capital of Nigeria. This is where all the culture comes from, Osun State.